Good morning, students. I welcome you all for the science class. Today we are going to study an interesting unit. Guess what? It's our human body. We all know that human body is the most wonderful machine. Yes. Human body performs various functions. Now we are going to learn our own human body organs. Our first unit in science is organ system. What is organ system? Organ system is a group of organs that work together to perform various functions. For this, energy is needed. It's like our mobile phone charging. They need to be charged to work. We get energy for all our daily activities from the food we eat. How is food converted into energy? It is through the process called digestion. After the food we eat, the waste products are removed from the body. This process involves in this is called excretion. We need oxygen to survive. Our body gets oxygen through the process called respiration. In this lesson, we will study about the different organ systems and their functions. They are digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system and nervous system. First, we will study about the digestive system. The food we eat consists of carbohydrates, fats and proteins. Here this carbohydrate is converted into glucose, protein is converted into amino acids, fats into fatty acids and glycerol. These simple molecules are then assimilated either by blood or lymph. The process of conversion of complex food molecules into simple molecules is called digestion. In digestion, the digestive system can be divided into two. First one is digestive tract. This is the image of the digestive tract. Digestion of food takes place in the alimentary canal extending from the mouth to anus. It is about 6 to 9 meters long. They are mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine and anus. First, the journey of food. Mouth is the opening to which the food is taken inside. Next, buccal cavity, which has two main structures, that is a tongue and a teeth. Tongue is used to mix the food and the teeth helps to cut and chew the food. And pharynx leads to esophagus. It is a transport tube that directs the food and fluid from the mouth to the stomach. Next, the stomach is a hollow organ that holds and digests the food with the digestive enzymes. Next, small intestine. The digestion is completed here. Food is absorbed here, the nutrient from which we eat and drink. Next, large intestine. It absorbs the water and expelling the feces towards the rectum to eliminate. And anus is the last part of the digestive tract. The undigested food is sent out through the anus. Next, digestive gland. The digestive gland, which has three parts, that is salivary gland, pancreas and liver. Salivary gland secrete saliva which moisten the food. It has three pairs of salivary glands, parotid, sublingual and submandibular glands. This will break down the complex starch into simple molecules. Pancreas produce pancreatic juice which contain digestive enzyme, and the fat and proteins and carbohydrates. Liver produces bile for digestion. The production of bile, which helps to carry away the waste and break down the waste in the small intestine during digestion. Next is respiratory system. The respiratory system provides oxygen to the tissues of the body and removes carbon dioxide from the tissues. There are three parts forming the respiratory system. First one is airways, lungs and muscles of respiration. First we will see about the airway. It includes the nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchiole and alveoli. First we will see about the nostril. Nostril bring the air inside the nose. Second one is the nasal cavity, that is inside your nose. It allow little has help to filter the air you breathe in, and it will block the dust and dirt. Next one, larynx. Larynx, which leads to pharynx. It regulates the flow of air into the lungs and the production of sound used for speech. Next one, trachea. It is also called the windpipe that connect the larynx to the bronchi of the lungs and allow the air to pass. Next, bronchi and bronchiole carry the oxygen rich air into the lungs and carry carbon dioxide rich air out of the lungs. Next one will be the alveoli. This alveoli are where the lungs and the blood exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide. Next, lungs. They are the primary organs of respiratory system. They are paired and cone shaped, located near the backbone on either side of the heart. Next, muscles of respiration. It is located below the lungs and it pumps and pushes the air into the and out of the lungs. Next one is the circulatory system. In this system, blood is circulated to transport oxygen and nutrients to every part of the body. This system consists of heart, blood and blood vessels. First we will see about the heart. Heart is a hollow muscular organ. It is conical in shape. It is covered with a double-walled membrane called pericardium. This space between the membrane is filled with the pericardial fluid. What is the function of pericardial fluid? This fluid protects the heart from the shock. It is placed inside the rib cage in between the two lungs. The heart is divided into 4 chambers. The upper chambers are called auricle and the lower chambers are called ventricle. This upper and lower chambers of the heart is separated by a muscular wall. It is known as auriculoventricular septum of the heart. The right side of the heart receives the oxygenated blood from various parts of the body and pumps it to lungs for oxygenation. The left side of the heart receives the oxygenated blood from the lungs and pumps it to different parts of the body. Next one is the blood. The blood transports oxygen, waste and hormone. The blood is red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin. The volume of blood in human adult is 4 to 5 liters. The function of heart of the blood is regulate the water level and maintain the body temperature. It pumps throughout the body by the heart. It takes oxygen to the tissues and cells and finally it reaches the lungs. Next one is the blood vessels. Blood vessels consist of arteries and veins. Arteries carry the oxygenated blood and the veins carry the deoxygenated blood. Thank you. That's all for today's class. We will see excretory system and nervous system in the next class.